Skip it. Yo, what up, guys? This is your boy Kofi with KO Sports Talk, back at it with another video, man. And today, guys, we're gonna be talking about what happened with the Green Bay game. I got my co-host today with me, Chuck. So, Chuck, just introduce yourself to the audience, and yeah, let's just go on with it.
What's going on, you all? All you KO Sports Talk fans, I am Chuck Miller, aka Full Damage One, and we coming to you with another live video to do this Bears talk. Painful week of Bears talk, but a Bears talk week nonetheless.
Yeah, dude. Sunday's game. I'm sorry. Today feels like a Monday. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But yesterday's game, I keep saying yesterday. Sunday's game, the Bears faced off against the Green Bay Packers.
Yes, sir.
7:20. And this was the 205th meeting with the Bears and the Packers. And yesterday's game wasn't so pretty for the Bears. I think Rodgers, he threw for over 235 yards. He threw for 19 for 25, had a couple touchdowns. Aaron Jones, he rushed for 132 yards. He had 15 carries. Justin Fields, he threw for 7 of 11 for 70 yards. And David Montgomery had 15 carries for 122 yards. But pretty much the biggest thing out of this game is, the rushing game for Green Bay. With the rushing game with Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon, they pretty much was just carving up our front seven. Like, we could not stop the run game to save our own lives, man. And that was pretty much just the difference. I mean, of course they got that Hall of Famer Aaron Rodgers. You got to respect him. Aaron Rodgers also was a surgeon out there. At times he was like slicing and dicing up our secondary. He was targeting like Kyler Gordon, one of our rookies, Kyler Gordon. Now, Kyler Gordon, he didn't have the greatest game, but I mean, he's gonna grow from it,
Right.
And he's definitely gonna grow from it. And the play calling, it wasn't great. I mean, the first drive, right? We went down, scored a touchdown. I think we went for like 90 yards, and David Montgomery was just literally just going up. Like, they didn't have any answer for David Montgomery. I don't know why they took the ball away from his hands, but I mean, the Green Bay's defense had no answer for David Montgomery. The first quarter, like, we scored a touchdown, and after that first drive, like a couple 3-and-outs, second quarter comes by, Green Bay scores 21 unanswered points, and pretty much that was the difference maker. And man, I want to get your take on this, man. And what did you think of this game, bro?
I thought for sure that the game started off the right way for the Bears. I thought the game plan of attack was the right way to start in. With Luke Getsy having us coming out smash mouthing, running the ball. If you know anything about the history of the Green Bay Packers defenses, they are very solid. They're very good against the pass. They get a great, excellent pass rush up front with Rashawn Gary and those guys that they got up front.
Preston Smith, yeah.
But if there's a weakness that they have, it is in the run game. And so Luke Getsy understanding to come out and attack them with the run first was exceptional. I thought that was the perfect game plan to attack. The problem that I had with it is that he didn't follow through continuously from that point on. He should have kept on attacking with the run. The next series and the series after that, we turn into a passing team when we don't even have a passing game. Make that make sense. That wasn't making any sense to me. And so, it kind of let the game get away from us in that respect. He let the game get away from us because he didn't continue to do what we have a strength at doing. Our strength is in the run game. David Montgomery was phenomenal when he got his touches. But you got to keep running. You got to get there's an old adage that says, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And basically that's where it was with the Bears, man. They were They were attacking with the run, and then they went away from it. You can't go away from what's working for you, bro. You got to keep on attacking with what works for you. And what you don't want to do is give Aaron Rodgers, even though he's got a depleted receiving core this year, and the only thing he can really lean on for the most part is this dominant run game that they got. You don't want to give this guy multiple times with multiple possessions with the ball in his hand. Aaron Rodgers, if he's nothing else in his life, he ain't no dummy. He knows how to play this
game. 4-time MVP for a reason.
Right. He knows how to play this game. And even with a depleted receiving core, he knows how to methodically walk his team down the field. He has that kind of intelligence. He has that kind of accuracy in his passing game. His IQ for the game of football is off the charts.
Especially that back shoulder throw he makes, man. That back shoulder throw, man, is so accurate, bro. Like the way he was able to be a surgeon and methodically just completely
dismantle
dismantle our defense. Like he was, like I said, he was like a surgeon. He was able to carve up our defense. The way he was able to study, like he knew, okay, if you're gonna run a cover 2, if you're gonna run a cover 0, okay, I'm gonna hit you in the middle. Okay, or you're gonna run a zone. Okay, I'm gonna hit you with the slant route. Like the way he's just able to methodically just study and carve up and dismantle our defense. I mean, that was, and especially on that third down in 2020, third down in 22, when we brought them back and how they were able to convert that to a first down. I was like, are you freaking kidding me, man?
I mean, this dude's he's not a 4-time MVP for nothing, man. The man really knows the game of football. He is excellent on his reads and how to pick a team, how to pick a defense apart. Where we failed in that game was Luke Getsy was overcoaching, bro. He was trying to make things be there that the Bears just don't have. We don't have a passing game. Darnell Mooney can't get open. He's covered over the top. He's double teamed underneath. There's just no room for him to breathe out there. And Cole Kmet, who was supposed to be an integral part of this passing game,
completely disappeared,
bro.
Not a factor.
You're not going to throw to a person who's not catching the ball, bro, and he's not catching. So I think, but I think the Bears, as a coaching staff, the Bears need to learn to keep this in perspective. We under no delusions that we don't have a passing game this year. The Bears passing game is going to be non-existent this year. Ryan Poles, our general manager, has already said he's not even counting this year. He's looking forward to next year. And this is why he got all this room, $130 million under the cap, cap space with money to spend for next year. And he's targeting the draft and all this here. So you got to keep it in perspective. You got to use what's working for you. And right now, the only thing that's really working for us is Justin Fields scrambling out the pocket on broken plays and the run game. So we got to keep it quick.
And you know what? You know what? They studied our defense. Like the way Matt LaFleur was able to study like our offense, because he knows that Justin Fields is able to scramble out the pocket, and he's very dangerous when he's out the pocket. And so the way that he was able to stack the box and the way that he was able to keep Justin Fields contained within that the pocket, I mean, like they did a good game plan. I mean, Green Bay, they were able to scheme up an offensive or a defensive plan to keep Justin Fields in the box, because when he's outside the box, when he's outside the pocket, he's very dangerous. And so every time that, he went out the pocket, Preston Smith was already there, or Rashawn Gary already pressuring him, didn't have enough time. I think my co-host went out. And I'm going to look at the comments so far before we get into it. What's up, Kasim Baker? What's going on, man? Salute, bro. Salute to you, my brother. Salute to you. And Real Street Sports Talk, man. Of course. Go Pack Go, of course.
Whatever. Hey, bro, you got the wrong show for that.
All right. Go on to Packers. Go on to Tom Grassi's channel, bro. He's a Packers fan.
Right.
Man. Shout out to Tom Grassi, though.
But if I'm totally honest, Cove, I wasn't impressed with the Packers win. I mean, it's kind of par for the course. It's kind of expected. We have no aspirations of a Super Bowl bound team this year, taking Justin Fields and this offense taking us to glory and what have you. But we don't have no aspirations for that, bro. But I'll say this: the Green Bay Packers did what they had to do, but I'm not thoroughly impressed with that team. You got a solid run game. They're considering Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon possibly the best 1-2 punch in football. I have questions about that personally because I believe that that's still Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt over there in Cleveland, but that's just my view of it. But outside of that, you got the 4-time league MVP Aaron Rodgers, and he got nobody to really throw to, bro. Sammy Watkins he was cute for a game, but this is the dude that can't stay healthy, bro. He's not gonna get it done, bro, all year long. Randall Cobb, I think he's filing for SSI, Social Security benefits right now. I think he can make sure he get his Geritol before the game.
I think he's also losing some hair follicles too, man. You see how his hairline's like,
right. And somebody remind Grandpa that he can't play with his cane. He got to leave that on the side. Play with his cane. But they're not lighting the world on fire over there either, bro. I will say this: after the first 2 weeks of the NFL, with all of us division rivals, Bears fans and Packers fans and Vikings and Lions fans, we all really got nothing to talk about after 2 weeks because we all won and one.
We're all
right.
1-1.
So we right where we started, bro. Everybody's 1-1. Everybody's trying to get ahead.
But man, I want to beat Aaron Rodgers so bad, man. Week 13, man. I just want to beat him before he leaves. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, can you play at least 1 or 2 more years so we can at least beat your ass, man? Please.
I mean, we beat him before. It's just been few and far between.
I know, man. But at least I want to get some. I want to get some wins against him, man. Oh my god, I can't stand Aaron Rodgers, man. Oh my gosh. But
but he running up on a team that's in rebuild mode this year. So
true.
I'm not impressed that you gave a whooping to the young squeaky Cubs. I mean Bears. I mean,
right. I mean, there'll be one thing. It's like we're both playoff contenders. We're both playoff contenders, but it'll be a whole different story. Like that is expected for to beat us because Green Bay is a Super Bowl caliber team.
Like,
was. No, they still are. They still are. Everybody's picking them. I mean, based on
no, I don't get. You gonna listen to the media now? Really? After all this time, bro. Yeah. After all this time, all this I've been hearing from you talking about how the media got the Bears listed as the worst team in the league. We gonna have the worst record, and we this thing, we that, and the third, and you bucked all of that, and now you gonna listen to the media?
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying from the media. The media. I'm not talking about the Bears. I'm talking about the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I'm talking about the media talking about the Green Bay Packers, bro. If you're not gonna listen to them on the Bears, do not listen to them on the Green Bay Packers.
That's expected. I mean, if you have Aaron Rodgers, 4-time MVP, at least they're a playoff caliber team.
4-time MVP who's been to 1 Super Bowl, and he haven't done that in 12 years. Let's keep that in perspective, bro. Keep that in perspective.
Yeah, but at least they're a playoff caliber team compared to us.
Yeah, that's cute. That's cute. That's what we want to do. We just want to go to the playoffs and say we made it, and then go fishing after we get there. No, we don't want to be the Minnesota Twins of football, bro. Just make the playoffs and get swept out.
I never said anything about that. I'm just saying, of course, I don't disagree. I don't disagree anything with you said. It's expected for them to beat us. But what I'm saying is that they are at least based on from national media's perspective and based on what they're saying, they're at least a playoff caliber team, or at best supposed to be like a Super Bowl caliber team because the national media is hyping up. Of course they always hype up Green Bay Packers. Whenever you have a 4-time MVP who won back-to-back MVPs, they're going to say, oh, at least you're expected to be a Super Bowl caliber team. And when you have that defense that they have a top 5 unit, at least you're expected to do something into the playoffs. So, I mean, of course, you're expected to beat us. We got a young quarterback. We're in a rebuilding phase. We're supposed to be in rebuilding phase. And up until the fourth quarter, it was a competitive game. I don't know. We should have at least got that touchdown. If they had that touchdown, it would have been 24-17 or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
it would have
Well,
been
well, I
on
feel
Green
like
Bay's.
Luke Getzey, he dropped the ball in a lot of areas, bro.
Mhm.
That fourth down and goal from the half-yard line. Why are you having Justin Fields just snapping out of the shotgun, bro? That doesn't make any sense. Justin Fields is 225 pounds of young muscle. You give this dude the ball under center. All he's got to
QB
do is
sneak.
fall forward. Nobody's stopping him, bro.
I hated that. I don't understand for the life of me. Why are you running a QB, or why are you running a shotgun or wildcat from the shotgun, and then you thinking that he's gonna make it? Like at least do a QB sneak. Go up there, like
Exactly.
get all those guys up there, everybody up there, to make sure that he's able to get up there inside the pylon or inside the touchdown mark.
Right. So it was a horrible call right
It was a
there.
terrible
But
call.
but I have to be honest with you, brother. I don't know who these media pundits are that's running around here thinking that the Green Bay Packers are still going to the Super Bowl when their number one receiver is Alan Lazard. Say that with you, hear that with your good ear. Alan
Yeah, I know.
Lazard is your number one.
I don't believe it, but that's what some people are saying.
Yeah. Alan Lazard is not better than a Justin Jefferson. He's not even on par with the guys that are leading this league. He's not on a Mike
Not
Evans.
even Amon-Ra St. Brown. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bro. Amon St. Brown, Mike Evans.
That guy
Cooper
went off
Kupp,
against the Commanders.
Cooper Kupp. Look at all these dudes over here, bro. That this dude is not even in a conversation with. That guy's not going to be good enough for Aaron Rodgers to take this team to a Super Bowl with. They're not getting to the Super Bowl, bro.
No, I totally agree. I
Yeah,
totally agree. I'm sorry, real sports talk, but that's the honest truth. Not especially not with especially the way Tampa Bay beat the Saints with those receivers that they got. I mean,
yeah,
and we know Tampa Bay is looking very dangerous right now.
yeah.
Lazard caught TD for us. So what?
Somebody.
So what if he caught a TD pass?
Yeah, we know real sports talk is gonna talk it up. We
I
hear you,
know.
T.O. We
Hey,
hear you talking loud, but
he's
you
a
ain't saying
passionate
nothing,
Packers
brother.
fan, bro. I mean, congrats to your team for winning though. But I
Yeah.
want to go on to the next topic, man.
Mhm.
Where is it? The Bears, they got an easier schedule coming up. The next couple games, we got the New York Giants and we got
The
the
Houston
Texans.
Texans.
The
Yeah.
Houston Texans. So Lovie Smith, this is gonna be a little homecoming for him. So I
Right.
wanted to get your take on that, man, like on our upcoming schedule, man.
Okay. Well, we talked about the schedule before the season started. You and I, we went over the games and where we thought the Bears would win, where we thought the Bears would lose. I had the Bears at about 10-7. And so this is a very winnable game us coming up against the Houston Texans on. I will say this. I don't know if it'll necessarily be easy because it's a homecoming of sorts for Lovie Smith. I think that players always love to play for Lovie, bro. And we saw 9 years of this here in Chicago. I think those guys are gonna keep it in their mind that this is what used to be Lovie Smith's house, and they're gonna want to help Lovie get his lick back because he got fired after being here for 9 years, bro. So I think that's where they're gonna go with this, bro. I think they're gonna fight hard, but I don't think they have enough to beat the Bears. I think the Justin Fields' talent, David Montgomery, and the way our defense is capable of flying around. Notice I said capable. I say we're gonna do it all the time. But the way we're capable of flying around, I just think we'll handle them. I think we'll handle them.
I agree. Houston Texans, I mean, I don't know who is on their defensive line. I mean, yeah, they do play hard in some of the games. They're giving Denver Broncos some fits.
Yes.
And
the Indianapolis Colts too. Yeah.
Right. And I agree, some of what Lovie Smith, his Tampa 2 defense, so he got some of his players to buy in, but I don't think it's going to be enough to really contain this Chicago Bears offense. I mean, I'm expecting they at least have to get Cole Kmet involved because, I mean, the first 2 games, we faced some pretty tough defense, but Cole Kmet, you got to do something, bro. You got to
show up.
You got to really show it, man, because this is almost like a contract year. You're going into your 3rd or 4th year. You got to really show up for your team. And Darnell Mooney too. Like he's
Yeah.
also they have to get Darnell Mooney involved, man, because I don't know what's been going on in the off season, but that whole off season has not been paying off so far. So far, if I don't believe, so far through 2 games, I think Darnell Mooney he's been targeted maybe 4 or 5 times,
Mm-hmm.
and one of his catches was like one for like -4 yards. And so
Yeah.
that's really got to change this upcoming game. Luke Getty, you got to scheme up some plays to get Darnell Mooney open because we know that this kid is fast, man. You know that this
Mm-hmm.
kid he runs at least a 4.34 or a 4.4, and he can burn some cornerback. So
Yeah.
and who's ever I don't know who their cornerbacks are, Houston Texans, but I expect this team to at least, man. I don't know if it's gonna be a blowout, but I at least expect Darnell Mooney to have a pretty decent game coming up. Like who are their defensive backs? Desmond King,
Yeah. Your
Steve
guess
Nelson.
good as mine, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not even fast, Desmond King. This guy's slow as molasses. 40-yard
Right.
dashes for 460. I mean, come on, you can burn this guy.
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah. Well,
Nelson,
I
not
mean,
even
the
fast.
the key thing, like you said, Luke Getsey's got to be creative, bro. He's got to
Mm-hmm.
scheme some ways to get Darnell Mooney involved. If that means running him in that Debo Samuel type, like you see the Washington Commanders doing with Curtis Samuel, then you do
Mm-hmm.
what you got to do. You need the ball in his hand. You need to give him touches. You need to get him active. You know.
Mm-hmm.
But this was what I was saying before the season started. Go. We just don't have the firepower that we are believing that we have. Darnell Mooney is a great number 2 receiver, but he needs a number 1. He's not a guy that can take the top off the lid without some help on the other side. And I was watching, I think it was Eric Stokes that was covering him in the
Mm-hmm.
Green Bay game, and he just couldn't get away from this guy, man. He was on him like white on rice, bro. He was all over this dude, bro. So it's one of them things where he's got he's got to figure out a way to get him more involved, get him more active. In terms of Cole Kmet right now, I feel like he's becoming his own worst enemy. When balls are thrown to you, they're not coming that often. But when they're thrown to you, you got to catch, bro. You got to
Mm-hmm.
make the catch. I wouldn't care if it's a 2-yard catch, bro. You got to make your catches, and so you're not going to get much action in the passing game as it is. Let's be honest, our action in the passing game this year is going to be very limited. It's going to be very limited because there's just not enough weapons on this team for us to, be explosive. We can't take the top off the lid like you just saw the Miami Dolphins do with the Baltimore Ravens. We can't do that. We don't have them kind of speed burners going down the field. We don't have the big guys like the AJ Browns who can go across the middle and body.
Metcalf's, right.
Right. We don't have those guys on this team. So we got to be creative with what we've got. We got to take a page out of Seattle's glory days when Russell Wilson was there. How they had, I believe, Kersey. I want to say his name was Javon Kersey. Javon Kersey.
Yeah, Javon
right.
Kersey.
Javon Kersey. And you had a Tyler
Lockett.
Lockett.
That 2013 offense.
Yeah. So
and they had Michael Robinson, their fullback. I remember.
Exactly. So you got to get creative like they were with those guys. You got short guys. You got to maximize their advantages. Right now, they're not really showing any advantages, and trying to make a pass game be there that's not non-existent is not going to work. So what they need to do, they need to hit Darnell Mooney with some wide receiver screens. They need to get Cole Kmet in those quick hits across the middle of the field for 5 yards and what have you. Stop trying to go deep with everything. If a play breaks down, then send your players deep. One thing I can say I have taken through the years from Aaron Rodgers over there with the Green Bay Packers is when you see him playing, and this is something he's always said, he's always taught his receiving core. If he's standing back there in the pocket and the pressure starts to get to him and he's flushed out the pocket, when the play breaks down, he teaches them to go deep, go long. That's what they need to do. If he's flushed out, if Justin Fields is flushed out of the pocket, because that's where the action is going to come deep for us. But in terms of sending him in the pocket and waiting for these guys to get open, it's not going to happen. The reason you don't see Justin Fields with a lot of passing attempts is because when he's looking down the field, there's no one open to throw to. You can't throw what you can't see. And if he starts forcing balls and trying to make them fit where there are no lanes for him to fit, he's going to have a lot of interceptions than everybody in Chicago, as they usually do when it comes to quarterbacks. It's going to call him a bum. And Justin Fields is anything but a bum.
I gotta look at the all 22 because I was watching some Bears content creators, and they were saying there were a couple times where Equinemius St. Brown, he got open like in the flat, and that if Justin Fields had enough time, because even our pass protection too, like it didn't hold up at times, and like if they gave him enough time. If they gave him enough time to throw the ball, that would have been a would-be 70-yard touchdown. And so, there are even times where he didn't even have enough time to even throw the ball, or even there's even one instance where Byron Pringle, he got open, and Justin Fields, he didn't even have enough time. He only had 2.5 seconds, like less than 2 seconds, and I don't know.
I mean, it's the thing, Coach, is KYP, bro. Know your personnel. First thing you got to do is know the capability of the players that's on your team. Secondly, you got to know who you're playing against, bro. The Green Bay Packers are one of the top-rated defenses in the league for a reason, bro. They're exceptional at pass rush and covering the passes down the field. Now, we know we didn't see that week one. Some delusions got in their defensive coordinator's mind that they were going to zone against Justin Jefferson. That was the biggest mistake.
That was dumb.
Yeah. But they got great one-on-one cover guys, man-to-man cover guys. Jair Alexander, Eric Stokes, those dudes, they are great covers. And you got Rashawn Gary pushing up the field with the pass rush coming off of that right side. Bro, that makes them exceptional in that regard. Knowing that, you got to attack them where the weakness is. The weakness in the Packers defense has never been in the pass games. Always been in the run game. This is why David Montgomery was getting off. And I think if the Bears had stuck with that, it could at least kept it close. I don't know if we come out with the W, but you can keep it close.
It would have been a competitive. I mean, it would have been really close, a really close game.
I really felt like it was on its way to becoming very competitive with that whole QB sneak thing. With us trying to get Justin Fields in the end zone for a second time. If he gets in the second time, we're talking about a 7-point game, bro. We're talking about a different dynamic, a different feel, a different way that this game plays out. But
some people were saying that he made that he got in. He passed the white line. I mean, I don't know. It didn't look like he passed it to me.
Saying that it wasn't irrefutable evidence. They couldn't. It wasn't clear cut.
I couldn't even tell. I couldn't tell. I mean,
they were talking about the nose of the ball. I saw all of that. But I mean, the nose of the ball in a scrum of a massive humanity like that, bro. I mean, they're lucky to even see that much of the ball, in that scrum, bro. So yeah, I mean, I hear them, but that's spilt milk. We can't cry over that, bro. He didn't get in. The touchdown didn't happen, and we didn't win the game.
I mean, overall, we played sloppy. I mean, like costly. I mean, some penalties. Granted, the referees, of course, were favoring Green Bay like they always done in the past. But that's besides the point. We got to play like a little bit more discipline, man. Like too many too many false starts. Guys were getting in position. Defensive players getting off sides. I
mean, they tested our mental, bro. That's what the Green Bay Packers do. They push teams to their limits. So you gotta meet them mentally where they're at. You got to meet the Green Bay Packers mentally where they're at. And here's what I will say that's in favor of my Chicago Bears. The first two teams that we played this season, both playoff teams, perennial playoff teams with perennial playoff defenses who've been in the big moments. We've handled ourselves.
San Francisco recently went to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, we've asserted ourselves pretty good for these first two games. We come out 1-1 against these two teams. We're not doing half bad, bro. Not gonna tell you no lie. I had us starting off this season 1-1. Actually, 1-1. I had us losing to San Francisco, and I thought we would win the first game in Green Bay. I thought we both would be road dogs and take losses at home. this year.
Yeah, I think I had us split in Green Bay. I had us losing to Green Bay because I had us winning against San Fran, and I had us losing to Green Bay too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, by my standards, we're right where we're supposed to be, bro. We 1-1. It just San Francisco was the win and Green Bay was the loss. It's just the other way around. But these are two perennial playoff teams and two perennial playoff defenses, two of the top defenses in the NFL, mind you, that we just ran up on. And I feel like we asserted ourselves pretty good for a young squad, bro.
Also, I was gonna also ask you, what do you think about the New York Giants? Too, man, they're 2-0 right now. I mean, I'm not really scared about the Giants.
I mean, it's cute. Brian Dable has sparked new life. He's injected new life into that franchise, into those players over there. They're playing okay, but I don't think they're no home. They're nothing to write home to mom about. They're not that dominant. They're not that great.
Daniel Jones.
Plus, I could see in game 2 that he probably was experimenting a little bit too much. That game shouldn't have been as close as it was, man. Saquon Barkley has no business with minimal usage in a game, bro. You got that dude out there. He is electric.
I don't know why they're not giving the ball that much. Like this dude, like one game,
he is the wow factor, bro.
He ran for like 133 yards the first game, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went off
TDs, and so I don't know why they're taking the ball away from him.
Yeah, I just think sometimes coaches get into their playbooks too deep. They get to want to do too much, and they want to try all the new things and the newfangled inventions and the new toys that they got in there. And they want to put all that stuff into play. And some games you have to coach in accordance with what the game is offering you.
He said might be the worst 2-0 team ever. I don't know about that. Might be the worst 2-0 team.
The Giants, I mean, that might not be too far-fetched, bro. Daniel Jones is a travesty waiting to happen, bro. I'm trying to tell you a lot, man. That dude is terrible.
You know how many times this guy has gotten so much passes, and the way they criticize Justin Fields. This guy, Daniel Jones, bro, like, hasn't really done nothing the first couple years he's been with the Giants.
Yeah, well, I mean,
he hasn't really done nothing.
I don't ever want to turn this into a race war or anything like that on here, but I'm just saying, bro, when you the right color, things kind of go your way a little bit.
YouTube might put my video down.
Yeah. Didn't mean nothing bad, y'all.
But I mean, other than that, I don't trust the Giants. I mean, like, they probably might be the worst 2-0 team right now. I really don't think overall that they're really a bad team. I just think they got a bad quarterback, bro. I think they got a bad quarterback, and it was atrocious to see what the Giants was doing, what these teams like the Giants were doing with these middling quarterbacks. They got these middling quarterbacks and these stud running backs, and they weren't using these guys. Same thing with the Giants was the same thing was going on with Carolina this week. You got Baker Mayfield over there, a middling quarterback, taking the ball completely out of the hands of Christian McCaffrey. How you do that, bro? Christian McCaffrey is phenomenal. That's why it's such a low-scoring game.
Yeah, because you out there, you're trying to prove to whomever is watching Baker Mayfield that you are spectacular and you can still play and you got this cannon of an arm, and Christian McCaffrey don't need you to do none of that. Give him the ball and get out the way. That's what Christian needs.
Right. You to do. Exactly. As long as he stays healthy. I guess they're scared because they think he might break an ankle.
No, I think it's just these middling quarterbacks. Daniel Jones. I think that was Brian Dable's fault that Daniel Jones was trying to throw all those passes in that game. But I definitely know Baker Mayfield's mentality. He's bullish and bullheaded, and he thinks he's the best player on the team every time he steps on the field. So he wasn't giving Christian McCaffrey the ball, bro, and that just is unheard of. And we're not going to talk about what Jonathan Taylor is going through over there in Indianapolis.
Oh my God, that dude needs to demand a trade for real, bro.
Absolutely.
He needs to demand a trade. He needs to freaking get out of Dodge, out of Indianapolis, man. That team over there is like a hot mess, man. How do you get freaking shut out by the Jaguars, man? For all teams,
yeah,
the Jaguars.
Well, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. The historian when it comes to the sport, had me looking at them like, are you serious? The Jaguars? But then I really started paying attention. I started paying attention to what's been going on over in Jacksonville, and they actually got some things going in the right direction. You got Doug Peterson over there, who coached the Philadelphia Eagles to a Super Bowl win, bro, a few years back. So, I mean, you bring in the coaching with. Say it again.
Helped to develop Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz, I feel like should have won that MVP if he didn't get injured. Like the way he's been playing, he should have won the MVP if he didn't get hurt.
That year, yes.
Yeah.
Ever since then, absolutely not. He's
god awful.
Right. I'll give him credit. These first 2 games in Washington, he hasn't been so bad. He's been okay. He's been consistent with his production. But whatever the case, when I looked at Jacksonville, bro, I saw a team that they got a few things in place that's kind of that's gonna kind of work in their favor, I believe. With the additions of the players that they added. What's up, bro? With the additions
YTC.
I think with the additions of the players that they added in the offseason and Doug Peterson's mind, his football mind coming over there, I think he's kind of structured some things in place that makes them more competitive. Now that being said, what's his name? Matty Ryan. Over, bro. Hang him up. Let it go. You are not the second coming of Andrew Luck, Peyton Manning, or anybody else over there.
You're not that same quarterback that won the MVP in 2016.
Yeah. As bad as Carson Wentz was last year, I think, dare I say it, Matt Ryan might be worse this year, bro. He might be worse over there. It's pathetic that Jonathan Taylor, one of the best running backs in the league, probably in the world, can't get any touches, bro. Can't be
top 10 player this year, or top 10. He was in the top 10.
He was the number 1 running back in the NFL last year, bro.
Yeah, last year. He was a top running back last year. Yep.
Yeah. How's this dude not getting touches? It doesn't make any sense, bro. So yeah. A lot of these middling quarterbacks, they have no business, bro. Trying to win the game with their arms. No. Since when? I think Cooper Rush outplayed all 3 of them this week.
Oh yeah, and then speaking of the Cowboys, beat up on the Bengals. The Bengals look like they were overrated. Like that whole season last year was a fluke.
Yeah, it is looking like that. It's looking more like Joe Cool is not so cool, bro. That's what it's really looking like, bro. Joe Cool is holding the ball too long. Me and Real Street Sports Talk, we were talking about the fact that, was that Jamar Chase is trying to run all these deep ball routes every single time he leaves the line of scrimmage because he's trying to hit the home run all the time. And that's not what made them exceptional last year. It was Jamar Chase coming across that middle, taking the ball to the house 60, 70, 80 yards on plays like that. That's what really opened that team up. I think that, maybe Cincinnati is smelling themselves a little bit too much, bro. I think that's what's going on over there. They think they've arrived. They think they're the best team in the NFL or in the AFC at least. And they think they're supposed to just come out here and beat up on teams. Nobody's supposed to fight them back. Not going to happen in this NFL, bro.
Have they even improved their offensive line? I don't even know. Did they sign anybody?
It don't look like it to me. All those sacks that I'm seeing Joe Cool take, bro, don't look like they improved.
Right. Oh yeah, I also wanted to go. We were just talking about Carson Wentz because this schedule's looking easy. So we got the Commanders, and then we got the Patriots. And so speaking of the Commanders, the way they're looking, man, they're looking a hot mess. The way the Lions just carved up their defense is making me seem like, bro, this team, is. They're soft as puppy eyes, puppy.
Yeah. But let's give the Lions some credit on that too, though, bro. The Lions been working hard the last couple of years, putting a good team together over there, bro.
They got the best offense so far. The best offense.
Oh yeah,
the best offenses in the league. I think they got the number 1 offense so far up until 2 weeks.
Amon St. Brown is exceptional over there. Amon-Ra St. Brown, he's exceptional over there. They added the pieces around DeAndre Swift that's helping him to break out, have a breakout season. They haven't even got TJ Hawkinson going yet, bro. That's
Oh
a
man,
dangerous team over there, but they ain't got him going yet. And
they're
then
making
you
me
got
they're
DJ
making me
Chark.
sweat
They
right
haven't got him going. I mean, it's a lot of weaponry on that team. My question going into this year was just, what can Jared Goff reach all these guys? So far, so good.
4 touchdowns this last game.
Yeah. So the Lions, I mean, got to give them a lot of credit for what they did to Washington on the offensive side. Now, defensively, they still got some work to do, brother. They let Washington back in that game. Washington had no business getting back in that game when they were up 22-0. That's ridiculous. Never thought I'd say the Lions were dominating anything. They were dominating that game.
In terms of scoring, but not defense.
Yeah. Defense let this let Carson Wentz shine in their comeback, bro. Got all his numbers.
And also going to the Patriots, man. What do you think about the Patriots? I mean, the Patriots, their last game, their offense is just completely stagnant. I don't know what's going on with Mac Jones and that team, but even though they won against the Pittsburgh Steelers, I feel like they're not looking like the Patriots of old. Definitely, man. They're looking pretty vulnerable out there.
Oh yeah, that Patriots of old stuff. That stuff is over.
It's over.
That's dead, bro. Mac Jones, like I told you before the season started, he's horrible. He's horrible, bro. I got no faith in Mac Jones. I don't think he's the answer over there. And I think if they're going to win any games, whatever games they're going to win, it's going to be Bill Belichick, who is the guru, arguably the greatest coach of all time. He is going to be him scheming them to victories. Now, if we played him, I got the Patriots beating us. Bill Belichick's just smarter than our coaches. And I think that's how they'll win that game, bro. He'll outsmart us. But Mac Jones isn't going to outplay anybody no time soon, bro. Matter of fact,
I think he's going to run the ball.
I think the Patriots are going to be looking for a new quarterback this offseason.
Right. Oh yeah, and hold on for a sec. Hold on.
Yeah. So yeah, but I think we got some wins that's lining up for us. I shared with Kof before the season started that there are a couple of games that's real easy, I believe, on this schedule. So I think we can right the ship. I had the Bears at 10 wins. Right now we're on track for those same 10 wins that I penciled those in for. But there are no high expectations. I'm not expecting a team that doesn't have the offensive firepower. I'm not expecting us to go out here and light the world on fire. So we're going to see ebbs and flows like this. There's going to be ups and downs, with the Bears this year. So we're going to have some wins. Justin Fields may look exceptional in some of those games. In other games, you're going to be wondering, what the heck was he doing out there?
They're going to be like, Justin Fields a bust. Trade him now.
Oh, yeah. After the first half, my nephew was telling me after the first half of the 49ers game, there was Bears fans going on Twitter calling for Trevor Siemian to come into the game, which is utterly ridiculous. Trevor Siemian, it doesn't have one scintilla of the skill set that Justin Fields has in him. He's not even close, bro. He's not even close.
If you had him, we're barely even scoring. We're not scoring no 7
points. With this passing game, there is no scoring.
There is no scoring. It's gonna look like Matt Nagy's calling plays out there. That's what's gonna look like.
Bro. Absolutely. At least with Luke Getsy, he does. He gets a D grade for what he did in the game against the Packers, but he does have a working knowledge of how to use Justin Fields, and you can see that, bro. He knows how to put this dude, what positions to put this dude in, but he still wants him to be a traditional pocket passer. In this offense, with the way it's set up this year, he can't do that, bro. It's going to be impossible for him to do that. Passer. There is nothing here for him to go to. How's he going to do that? He can't do it, bro. Can't do it. Not this year, bro.
Yeah, but before we end this stream, man, what do you got to say to all those Bears fans, man? Like, they're just overreacting. Because this is like a lot of Bears fans, they're overreacting, saying, like you said, oh, he's a bust or whatever. Like, you gotta be patient, with Justin Fields, man.
Right.
granted, of course, I didn't agree with the play calling that Luke Getsy was calling. He's a new play caller. He's going to get adjusted.
Right.
But like he was saying, like they have a plan in place. Even though I don't agree with the plan, the fact that they do have a plan in place, I mean, we never even saw it from the previous coaching staff. They never really had a set plan in place. They always had like a certain. They'll say, "Oh, we're going to be doing this," or they'll say, "Oh, we got to figure out the whys," or "Oh, we had a great time in practice," but there was never any real set plan in place to help prepare any quarterback to succeed. And granted, like Luke Getsy, hopefully he learns from this mistakes. And Justin
I'm sure
Fields,
he did. Luke Getsy's a pretty smart guy, man.
yeah,
He learned.
yeah, he's still young, and even people are already saying that they're trying to call for his head. Oh, let's fire Luke Getsy. Like, guys, calm the heck down.
How? Yeah,
calm the heck down,
here, bro. This is the first time Justin Fields had any inkling of a offensive coordinator that is showing any signs of knowing how to use him properly. So so they can calm all that down. Before I answer that question, Coach, let me ask you something, bro. Your rant that you went on after the game, where you gave all of this glorious praise to the Packers organization.
That was a bet. That was a bet I did with somebody. I had to say that.
Thank you. Did you hear that, Real Street Sports Talk? Did you hear that? I just had to put that out there so it can be heard, brother.
That was a bet. That was a bet I made with somebody, so I had to say that. I had to make a video.
Yeah, because this Packer fan, he just swore a stack of Bibles. He's those stack of Bibles that you were serious, and this is what
we made a bet that I actually have to make a video of me throwing pie in my face because I have to eat my words. I'm going to do that later on. But I made a bet with this one Packers fan saying that if he told me if his team wins, I have to go on and make a video saying that the Green Bay Packers are the greatest organization team of all time. So that's what I did.
Mm-hmm. So T.O., he was just keeping his word, man. Just keeping his word. That's all. He really is not that guy.
Yeah, hold on for a quick sec. Just talk about your point real quick. Hold on for a quick.
Okay. Yeah, you had asked a question. When you get back, we'll revisit the question. Real Street Sports Talk, I see you asking the question. Are you guys concerned about Fields' pass attempts? He ranks last in the league. Does Getsy trust him? Personally, as a Bears fan, I am concerned about the lack of pass attempts, but I don't think that it's based in a lack of trust from Luke Getsy. You got to have the receiving core. You got to have the manpower. You got to have the weaponry to be able to give him something to throw to. If nobody's open, where's he going to throw the ball to? Darnell Mooney, he was blowing the top off the lid a year ago, and now all of a sudden when he's put in the number one receiver slot, he can't get open. So no, you can't throw it there. When he does throw to Cole Kmet is not catching. The only people that are catching are the backup tight ends. You got Ryan Griffin, and occasionally he hits Khalil Herbert, which I think he needs to go to more. But am I concerned about his passing attempt or Luke Getsy trusting him? The passing attempts, yes, I would like to see us passing more. I would like to see him in positions where he's able to complete more. But you got to have the manpower for that. In terms of Luke Getsy not trusting him, I think that's a ridiculous question, T.O. We already talked about that, man. I don't think this man comes over here and doesn't trust a second-year quarterback. I don't think Luke Getsy takes this job if he doesn't believe in Justin Fields, bro. So, I don't think it's a trust issue. He just doesn't have he don't have nobody to throw to. You don't have the manpower. You got to have people to throw to, bro. So you don't got nobody to throw to. No, you're not going to have a lot of passing attempts, So what the Bears got to do, they got to be Luke Getsy's got to become very creative, do some end arounds with Darnell Mooney to get him involved. You got to figure out a way to get Cole Kmet catching, or you just admit to yourself that he's not the guy that you thought he was in terms of a receiving tight end. Ryan Griffin, he's been solid for us. I like him. I think the St. Brown that we got, he's been pretty good. He's been okay. I think he's been okay. But I mean, you can't expect these second-tier players. And Byron Pringle, he pretty much been non-existent. Dante Pettis had one moment, and that was in game one. So I don't think you can expect that, these guys are going to come in here and going to help Justin Fields light the world on fire with what we working with, bro. So, I don't think it's a trust issue, though. I think Luke Gessie does trust him.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay. I was just answering the question from Real Street Sports Talk.
I'm not too concerned. It's just now, like, granted, if it's the middle of the season, they're still doing this. That's a whole nother conversation. But the fact that it's only the second game, it's not like too much of a problem. Now, come back to me probably like maybe week 10 or week 11, they're still doing that. Then that's going to be a problem because you have to get Justin Fields to throw the ball at least 20 to 30 times. Like, you can't just keep letting him throw like below like 20 pass attempts. Like, anything below 20 pass attempts, like toward middle or going toward the end of the season, is unacceptable. But the fact that this is the only second game, I don't have no worry, especially against Green Bay's offense and what they were doing, what they were game planning. Because I don't know if you're here, Chuck, when you went off, but the way Matt LaFleur was able to game plan against Justin Fields, because they already knew that Justin Fields was dangerous coming out the pocket. When he's coming out the pocket, like, he's one of the most accurate quarterbacks, especially like on the run. When he's throwing on the run, like, he's one of the most dangerous quarterbacks throwing on the run. So Matt I keep saying Eberflus. I meant Matt LaFleur. Matt LaFleur, he had a game plan. Like, he had to stack the box against Justin Fields. He had to, like, the moment he got out the pocket,
he did his homework, bro.
Preston Smith, he was already there. Rashawn Gary, already there, like, in his face, because they already knew. Oh, we already know that he's going to throw out the pocket, so you got to be ready when he's going to come out the pocket. So that's what they did.
He had the defensive end. He had the defensive end on Justin Fields' blind side. That is to the left. He had him in QB contained. So his whole thing was to push up the field, but to keep Justin Fields from running out of the pocket. That was the whole game plan right there. And then he had I don't know who it was. I want to say it was number 7. I think it was his number. But he had a guy.
QB that linebacker. I think one of those linebackers.
Right. He had him QB spying him in the middle of the field. They did their homework, and kudos to Green Bay. They got the job done. They did what they had to do to get to get in the win column, and at the end of the day, we just got to get better, bro. I don't think, there should be panic in Chicago, but this is Chicago, bro. We are the kings and queens of panic in this
kings and queens of drama-filled Chicago.
Yes, and I think it's just ridiculous. In his second year, in his second game of the second year, everybody ready to hog tie him. But ask Real Street Sports Talk about game 1 when we beat the 49ers. I'm pretty sure that was a fluke.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say on that.
But anyway, man, I'm gonna have to pretty much just end this stream. I'd like to thank my guest Charles Miller for coming and joining. We're talking about this Green Bay game. Stay tuned for more videos. I'm gonna do another video with my co-host with the Main Events podcast, Jonah Pipney, and stay tuned for more videos. Like I said, Chuck, do you have like any Twitter, anything you want to promote?
Well, I do my music, Chuck Beats Productions. I could put that information out there for anybody who's interested, in maybe getting some tracks, doing some recordings or what have you. My Twitter feed, not Twitter. I don't really go on Twitter too much, so I don't want to give you as that. But on Instagram, I believe I'm Full Damage 1. You can find me at Full Damage 1 on Instagram. I'm Chuck Miller on Facebook. If you guys are interested in linking up with me, following and checking out any of my music or anything else, so that's how you find me. If you got any questions, you can hit me on inboxes, and we take it from there.
Exactly. Yeah, this guy, he makes music, he makes beats, man. He's Full Damage, man. So check that guy out.
Full Damage.
Exactly. But anyway, guys, man, I thank you guys for coming and thank you for watching my video. You guys have a nice day and Yeah, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.
Peace.